So, Godzilla the Ride, the movie, the experience, -1. Let's talk about it.
ShinRobjira.
So yesterday, after being blue-balled by yet another wait after the completion of the Godzilla Twitter countdown, we finally got our 30-second teaser of Godzilla -1. No longer known as Godzilla 2023 or Godzilla 0, it's official, Godzilla -1. I really dig that title, I'm going to talk about why. But in this video, I would like to talk about a little bit of everything that these 30 seconds showed off, which really wasn't too much because it kept cutting out the text and then footage, We know next to nothing about this movie save for its setting and Godzilla's design, but we'll get to that too. So up first, let's talk about tone. So again, 30 seconds really doesn't tell or show us much, but I feel these 30 seconds were used in such a way that really gets the hype train going. This is definitely going to be a bit of a darker take on Godzilla, possibly even darker than that of Shin Godzilla. And that very much stems from the hopelessness that was put on display. Japan looks to be in shambles, be it from the bombings due to the setting, or just from Godzilla running through. Either way, due to its setting, the hopelessness is hiked up to 1,000. The atmosphere, again, rather hopeless, I dig that. Japan is at its lowest, and they're about to be brought a hell of a lot lower. And that's going to go directly into the setting, which is post-World War II, post-bombings, and this just furthers along the whole tone of everything. Japan, it's in shambles. Doesn't look like it's doing too well. And after having 2 bombs dropped on them, nobody's going to be doing too well after that. So they're trying to get back up on their feet. They're trying to break down and recreate and try to get back to a sense of normalcy here. So already I feel for these people because they just had this horrible fucking thing happen to them, and what looks like at a slight moving point to possibly a better time, now we get Godzilla. Whatever little bit of work they were able to get done is now going to be turned upside down and on its head because now you have a walking bomb going through your country. The setting and the tone, they're like best friends. They're linked. I don't know what the hell I was trying to do there. That just speaks wonders to me because having a setting like that, having a hopeless atmosphere like that, having a story like that just does so much more for me than other things that go down in the series, I should say. Like, I'm already behind these people. I'm already behind Japan. I want to see them do better. I want to see them get up from this, but now we just have Godzilla in the mix. I'm invested. I'm here for it. Now we talk about the title, which is apparently directly linked to what's going to be going on in this movie. Godzilla -1 apparently means Japan is currently at 0. The economy, is there an economy? Like, shit's bad. And now Godzilla's here to bring them even further below 0 to -1, -1. If that's the true meaning behind the title, that's fucking genius. And if it means something else, I'm sorry, but that's the only thing I'm going to be thinking about now, because what a way to convey that kind of atmosphere and tone. We're doing bad. It's about to get a shit ton of a lot worse. And you do it with -1. Perfect. Genius. The title adds to the tonal depression and atmosphere that we've already gone over, and again, I think it's rather smart. And if that's the product of Yamazaki, I'm liking this man more and more. So now let's talk about the big discussion point, that being Godzilla and his design. Yeah, at first glance, it looks like Ride Goji, and for the most part it is, but it is an altered design. Here's the picture. They are rather different from one another, but the first initial thought was, oh, so it's just his Ride Goji design, okay. Now, I've seen a lot of back and forth about this on Godzilla Twitter. Some people are let down by it to, I think, a personally valid degree. Some people are let down by it in an overdramatic fucking way, and a lot of people are happy because they get to experience this design in a movie theater and not hand cam rips on YouTube, to which that's all valid. But you got some people saying you shouldn't feel let down because this, and that. You've got some people saying that they're so let down that they're not going to see the movie. The latter isn't exactly flooding everywhere, but I have seen some people saying it, and it's like, come on. Relax. But again, I personally do feel a little let down by it, and yeah, I know, it happened in the Showa era, it happened in the Heisei era. I'm aware. I watched the movies. It's just the expectation with a new one-off Godzilla movie was that we were going to see something that we hadn't seen before, and to an extent, that's not exactly what this design is, but that's not going to stop me from seeing the movie. That's not going to stop me from buying the figures. That's not going to stop anything, because by the end of this movie, I might be in fucking love with this design. My whole take is, I just felt a little bit let down. That changes nothing. Movie Monster Series, King of the Monster Series, whichever, I'm partaking. I just now realized that Hiya Toys might be making a figure out of this now that they can, and I want that very, very badly. I might even do Sham. Who knows? And now we can move on. Even though I am a day late to this because I just wanted to relax yesterday and not be in front of a camera, I have something a little bit more relevant to add into here, and that is the announcement of, what are these called? Theater pre-sale merchandising pieces. Yes, this also gave us our first full look at minus Goji, and again, here's the picture. You can see the differences between him and Ride Goji. Still mostly Ride Goji. But from what we are seeing here, we're going to be getting acrylic stands. I think that's a phone strap of some kind. I can't read Japanese. I'm a hack job. Now, from what this website says, it'll be linked in the top comment below, sales are going to start on July 14th, and they will be available at some theaters and the Godzilla store, which makes me happy because I think I'm going to be biting the bullet on these and actually buying movie merch that isn't just figures. Again, I'm not crazy about this design, but I want to support the ever-loving Christ out of this movie. So they will be getting my money. I will be getting these acrylic stands because, I mean, 550 yen, 1,210 yen, these are cheap pieces. I think the most expensive thing here out of the merchandising is going to be the bigger acrylic standee and the shirt, and I'm probably not going to be getting the shirt. And yes, all of this is rather basic, and I'm sure a Bandai Movie Monster Series reveal is just around the corner, predicting August with a release in September. Let's see how well that ages. Bandai, I know you have me bugged. You can't convince me that you don't. ShinRob thinks he's self-important Jira. Honestly, I wasn't expecting to see merchandising for a little bit longer, but hey, directly thereafter, let's go. Fire up the hype engines. Get the money train a-rolling. Grease the Godzilla palms. We gotta get it done. So I have over 109 comments on that community post that I made yesterday after the teaser dropped, and I wanted to go through a few of them. Up first is a comment from Nick Hernandez, who I always enjoy reading a good comment from. Nick says, "I dig it, Rob. I like that we are at a point in time where we are getting a new Japanese Godzilla, and in American theaters no less, and an American Godzilla months after. Multiple ongoing web series, and an impending live-action TV show, and lots more to come. Godzilla Store seems like it's going to have an American front. If I can say goodbye to proxy services, hell yeah. Agree. This is a great time to be a fan. We have a variety of different types of things to enjoy with our hobby. I say we all kick back and enjoy it. Toho is loosening the reins more and allowing so much more, and this is where all these wonderful opportunities come from. I hope you enjoyed the new trailer. I absolutely did, and I hope other fans did as well. And here's to hoping it's not just Godzilla. This would be a great excuse for Anguirus in a semi-Godzilla 1954 Raids Again style flick. And to be completely honest with you, Nick, if there is going to be another Kaiju and this isn't just going to be Godzilla versus Japan, I would actually prefer if it were somebody like Anguirus or I don't know who, anybody but the Big Five. Obviously not fucking Mechagodzilla, but I'm good with not seeing King Ghidorah for a while. I'm okay with not seeing Rodan for a while or Mothra. Nah, I think I could do Mothra. I don't know. With what we saw so far, I don't know what to expect. I'm assuming solo Godzilla. I am, because one of the first thoughts that came to mind was, oh no, this is a lot like Ride Goji, the Ride Goji experience. Are we gonna get that weird Ghidorah again? Are we gonna get a dead Rodan? I had a lot of thoughts of spinning. But so far, my personal assumption is solo. If it's not, it's more toys for me to talk about, huh? Up next is a comment from Adam T. This is exactly what I was hoping for, and now hope this is all we get until release. Surprised face. I don't want toys spoiling things or more trailers. Toho have held out this long. We're hyped. Now let us enjoy a movie blind. I agree and I disagree, because I do think we are definitely gonna get another trailer, probably, let's say, maybe late September, early October, and we're probably going to get multiple TV spots and such. And I think the one area we're going to be safe with is going to be the figures, because Bandai's been doing a pretty decent enough job with especially Shin Ultraman and Shin Kamen Rider in holding off on designs that we haven't seen prior. Like with Shin Ultraman, the first things we got were Naranga, Gabora, and Shin Ultraman. We didn't get any of the other monsters until a year after release. So I think on that front we'll be safe. I think our biggest issue there is just people posting screenshots or something, or leaked images on Twitter. But I will not deny that it would be pretty cool if the next piece of media we get of this are just going to be the vinyl figures and maybe another 40 seconds of footage. I'd be perfectly fine with that. Next comment is from a fella by the name of Goku Bruce 24. I'm as hyped as I can be. We got a Toho movie that's going to be a return to form. We got a movie monster series. Wow, movie monster series brain rot. We've got a Monsterverse series coming out. Skull Island anime was solid. And we got Godzilla and Kong. All within the next 9 months. Dude, it's such a great time to be a fan. This movie is going to be awesome. And you know, I'm loving the positivity. I really am. The positivity is infectious. It's washing over me like cheesy garlic bread, the grease, the garlic, it's all here. Why do I always talk about Italian food? But no, seriously, I'm enjoying the positivity, and it's nice to see people exceptionally hyped for a Toho-made Godzilla movie again. Up next is one of my personal favorite comments from Anvil Jeff. The amount of splooge in my pants when I saw this was somehow both incredibly disgusting and yet somehow underwhelming. I cannot put into words how hyped I am for this. Well fucking said, Anvil Jeff, that was poetic. What a simile of beauty and trueness. Next up is a comment from somebody by the name of Mr. Ripoff 918. I wish they made the design more unique from the ride version, but it still looks good. The more horror aspects really have me hyped. I'm pretty much in the same boat as Mr. Ripoff over here. But again, I'm leaving room in my heart for this design. I can't wait to see it further in action. And yes, the horror aspect, the depression aspect, the sad aspect that this 30-second teaser pretty much set up, yeah, I'm 100% there for it. Again, more Kaiju period pieces. Do it. Maybe one or two more. Isaiah Harrison 9185 says, I love Shin Godzilla and the style Hideaki Anno did with it, but this looks more the type of Godzilla movie I've been waiting for ever since 2014. A dark period piece with just Godzilla, a return to his roots. And yeah, this does feel like a return to form for Godzilla. Shin Godzilla definitely introduced an aspect into the Japanese side of the franchise that welcomed a bit more weird and a bit more drastic takes, which I'm still very much a fan of. I love that Shin Godzilla is essentially a hodgepodge of ideas that they couldn't put into 54. I'll always love that. But it's also kind of cool to see a return to form for Godzilla because this is very Heisei Legendary-esque looking. I think he's bulky, he's got huge friggin' dorsal plates. Jesus Christ, he's got huge friggin' dorsal plates. And again, I'm just happy to see that people are like positively reacting to this. Goji Wars says we're eating good this year and the next. And we absolutely are. We are not short on content. Godzilla CC5 says it's nice to see a more traditional looking Godzilla in this day and age. And Butcher's Blade 7068 says they couldn't agree more. Yeah, and I think this will be the last comment I read from Noahweakarm. Oh, hey Noah. I know some people are bummed that this is basically the 4D ride design, and I'm sure there are slight differences with this version, obviously. Overall, it's very similar, but I don't mind, to be honest, because we really didn't get to see too much of the ride design. And outside of the Movie Monster series and X Plus releases, yeah, we really didn't get to see and experience that ride, that animation, that short film, really at all. I mean, we got the handycam footage, but it's handycam footage. We didn't get to experience it how it was meant to be experienced. And who knows, maybe they'll bring that over to the US. You really could never know at this point. We're getting a US Godzilla store. We're going to be able to buy things from them, hopefully at a less than steep price. It's a good time to be a Godzilla fan, as a lot of these comments have said. And if I didn't read your comment, don't worry. Maybe I'll do more of that if you guys want to see more of that. Why don't you let me know all your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. I hope this wasn't too long, and I guess I'll see you all next week as we move back into our regularly scheduled content until the end of the month releases come out and everything is thrown to hell and back once more. Have yourselves a lovely day, afternoon, and night, and Godzilla's back. Can't be upset about that. Peace.